Hi guys, welcome to 5 Minute Book Reviews with Fee, and today we're going to be reviewing Malachi, Berkeley, Bred by Huffington. Now this book is in the genre of romance or like fantastical romance because it's a lot of surrealism or magic realism in the story. So to start off, we start off with Malachi, who's like this hustler, lover extraordinaire, and he is married to the woman of his dreams, Anna, and they have a 6-month-old daughter, Ozzy. So the opening scene is they're like being very passionate, I'll say that. And it's his brother's birthday. So Anna is she convinces Malachi to go celebrate his brother's birthday, although he has this gnawing feeling something's going to go wrong or just something's on the horizon. And he, as a hustler, he uses his instinct to help navigate his world. So he ends up going out, and while he's at the club celebrating and he has a great time, he gets a text. And the text is a picture of his daughter messing around with the telephone, his wife's telephone. So that's all he sees, and he's like, "Oh, everything's okay." So he's cool. So his driver drives him home. He gets home to discover that Anna has been shot through the chest, and his daughter has witnessed this, although she's just 6 months old. So he pretty much spirals, and for 2 years, he's just a mess of a man. He moves off to this farm somewhere, this homestead, and he raises his daughter. So that's a couple chapters, and it starts with the female narrator, and it's a woman, Air. And Air was in a car accident the same night that Anna died, and she flatlined, was revived, was then in a coma for 2 years. She awakens 2 years later. She starts having, as she's recovering, she starts having visions of a life that she has not lived, and of a daughter and a husband that she has never had. So Air was an educator before her accident, and she sees this ad in the paper in Berkeley for a live-in nanny and home educator. And it's an ad that Malachi had placed because his daughter's getting older and she needs formal education. So that's how the two meet. And they begin this really hot and heavy romance. And romance is a euphemism for, the do. I want to keep it PG. And it's a lot of romance. And as they're building this relationship very, very quickly, the Air keeps having these more intense visions of what's happened. So she finally confesses this to Malachi, who doesn't believe her at first, but she keeps knowing things she shouldn't know. And so he starts to believe her story, and it clicks with him that Air is the key to unlocking who murdered his former wife. So there is a lot of I thought this was an intriguing story, even though it's a little on the soap opera side, because it's like, oh, when I awakened from my coma, I had these visions. And it's like, okay, everybody just accepts that her visions are true. And this is like, oh yeah, it's the transference of souls. Oh yeah, reincarnation. Like everybody buys it without a healthy level of skepticism. But, so that I had to like suspend disbelief just to kind of follow along in the story. But the story itself is pretty interesting, although Malachi isn't a good dude in my opinion. He's just a fly dude. And Air sees the good in him, like the potential, and she just keeps giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. So there's some betrayal, there's a plot twist, and there are other things that I don't want to give away, especially if you like to check out this book. But I do want to warn you, if you're listening to it on audio, that is really hot and heavy and very intense romance. All right? If you've read it before, let me know what you think in the comments.